Hello, students. Let's read this problem together. Bo has a candy dish. The circle graph shows the different amount of colored M&Ms in the candy dish as percentages. The candy dish has 45 red M&Ms. How many M&Ms does the candy dish have? Okay, so we make sure that we circle or underline important information in the story problem, and then we make sure that we box in our question so that we can read it twice. How many M&Ms does the candy dish have? Okay, and so we're going to elaborate in that question. In my own words, they're asking me for the total number of candies in the dish. And I also have to look at the circle graph. And we have been given a number for red, but what I notice is that in the circle graph, there is no percentage number. So I need a percentage number for red. Let's remember that in a circle graph, the total is always 100%. And we have several colors that we do have the percentage for. So let's go ahead and find the total of those. So we have 12% for blue, 25% for yellow, 15% for green, and 30% for brown. So if we add those up, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 is 8. That's 82% already accounted for. So now we're going to subtract. We know that the entire graph represents 100%. We know that 82% has already been allocated for other colors besides red. So the rest of the circle graph, the rest of the 100% is for red. So we're going to go ahead and subtract. And we find out that 18% of the candies are red. So we're going to go ahead and put that right here. 18%. Now we have enough information to solve our problem. So we're going to set up a percent box since we have percent numbers. And when we make a percent box, we want to make sure that we have the part over the total. And remember that some of the numbers will be percent. So all of the ones on the right side, I'm going to make sure they're my percent numbers. And then the ones on the left side are going to be my regular numbers. Okay, so 1% that I always know, or I can be sure of, is the total percent for any circle graph is 100. So we know that the total percent is 100. And the part that we are interested in here in the question, how many M&Ms does the candy dish have? That's the total. But the part that they told us about, the candy dish has 45 red. So we're going to include the red part in our chart. So the red candy dish has 45 red M&Ms. That's a regular number. It's not a percent. So we're going to put that here. The red part in regular numbers is 45. There are 45 red M&Ms. But in percentage wise, we found out that 18% of the M&Ms are red. So the percentage that represents red is 18%, which is equivalent to 45 red M&Ms. So what we want to know is then what would be equivalent to 100% so that we can figure out the total number of M&Ms in the dish. So our X in this case is going to be the total number of M&Ms in regular number. And now we have a proportion, and we have 45 over x is equal to 18 over 100. So if we multiply 18 times x, we get 18x, and that is equal to 45 times 100, which is 4,500. Let's remember that when we have an equation, we want to make sure that we're going to do the same thing to both sides of the equal sign. And in this case, since we have a one-step equation, we're just going to divide by the coefficient. So we are going to divide by 18. Whatever I do to one side, I make sure that I do to the other. 18 divided by 18 is going to turn into 1, and that will give us 1x, which means that x has been isolated. But on the other side, we have some math to do. We have 4,500 divided by 18. Let's go ahead and work that out. So 18 can go into 45 2 times. That's going to be 36. And if we subtract, we have 9 left over, and we bring down our 0. 18 times 5 would give us 90. We're left with 0, but we still have a 0 to bring down, so we must use that place. And so 18 goes into 0 0 times minus 0, and now we are done. So x equals 250. Now remember, the x is on the side of the regular numbers, so it is not a percent. We have both of our percents. 18% represents red, which is 45 red M&Ms. So 100% represents 250 total M&Ms. So our correct answer is C. 250 total M&Ms in the candy dish.